Army Reserve, and our guest today is Queen. That's the music of Queen from A Night at the Opera, and it is fast becoming just about as familiar as any band ever has been or will be to the American people. It's one of the top favored British bands, and justifiably so. They've had great albums. Let's see, Queen 1, Queen 2.
Sheer Heart Attack.
Sheer Heart Attack, and now A Night at the Opera. And visiting with me, I'm sure you gathered already, that was Roger and John. They're both here. Queen is an extraordinarily artistic band. I'd say a cut above the average rock band in that your harmonies are very unusual and very polished. Now that would indicate to me a lot of classical training. Is that true?
Not true at all, I don't think so.
Well, two of us had some degree of formal piano training, and
Mhm.
I sang in a choir, but that really amounts to the sum total of our
Isn't that
formal
amazing?
training.
Because it comes across as if, you know, it reminds me of a little bit of even of classical music, where everything is charts and very carefully worked out as to the harmonics.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, they are carefully worked
Yeah, we
out,
do.
Well,
the
then
vocal
that's-
arrangements.
Okay.
It's developed over the 4 albums, you know.
Then, oh, absolutely. It's much more so than on Lyre, for instance. Not that Lyre wasn't good, but it's just such a refined rock.
That was our Blood and Thunder album.
Yes, you got it all off your chests, right? But now
Some of it.
there's a refinement to this album, and there was to Sheer Heart Attack too, in a lot of cuts. It's extraordinary.
A little more sophistication, hopefully.
Yes, but you have not lost that rock thing. I mean, there's no kid that would ever call up when you play Queen and say, "Hey, why don't you play some rock and roll?" And yet,
That's good.
cuts like Bohemian Rhapsody and The Prophet Song will satisfy the people who don't want that hard, raucous rock sound.
Yeah,
You know, you've
boogie.
managed to hit it.
Yeah.
And was it a product of decision or
Not
Just
really,
development,
yeah.
really. Natural development, I would say. You know.
It was just the way the songs come out as we do the albums, you know, as we
it's
progress.
It's karma, you know, that the four of you mesh so well together. I want to take a moment here for a word from Army Reserve, gentlemen. That's Queen, and aside from the fact that the album is just thoroughly delightful for your ears, it's a treat for your eyes, too. I must say, did you guys have anything to do with the cover?
Oh, a lot.
A lot?
Yes, yeah.
You're just the soul of simplicity. It's mostly white and just Queen and Night at the Opera, nothing else.
Yeah, we wanted to go in a rather different direction to the last album cover.
Yes, which was heavy. It was
Yeah.
covered, every inch of it. This is nice, you know, you can pick it out very easily. I can pick it out from a stack of records immediately because it's so clean around the edges, and that helps a lot.
Right.
Just briefly, I know this is a trite question, but I ask it only because of the fact that you, the members of Queen, seem to be so extraordinarily well suited to each other. How long do you know one another?
Sometimes this is. We argue a lot in the studio. But
I'm sure you do, but then nothing really good comes out of
Mm.
any liaison where there isn't disagreement,
Right,
like a
you
good
gotta
marriage.
thrash
You know,
it,
you
yeah.
got to thrash it out, and if you have the ability to do that, that's why you're together and why you produce such good music.
And there's a good friendship behind it all, you know,
Yeah.
behind the arguments. I mean, we've been together about 5 years as a band, but, you know, you've known Brian for even longer. haven't
Yeah,
you?
You
known
grew up
Brian for
together?
about- No.
Just
I just met Brian when I came to go to college in London
Mhm.
when I was about 18.
hmm
So I suppose I've known him for about 8 years.
hmm And the rest of the band.
Yeah, well, Freddie came in a little bit later,
hmm
about a year later.
But now you've been together with no changes for 5 years.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, and I get the
Yeah.
feeling you'll never have that thing about one person going out as a star.
I hope
think
not.
I think if one left, it would all fall apart. You know,
That's
it's a foursome, and that's it. You
Yeah.
know.
I don't. That's. I'm looking at it for purely objective way. I don't think so. I think that with what you've done with the band, if one person left, you'd replace that instrument and you'd still be a great band.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it would have lost that essential...
It would lost your feeling for it, of
Thing,
course,
yeah.
because you've got something going there. But I rather think that as long as I don't ever think that you'll have that problem of someone saying, "Oh, I'm not getting, I'm going out on my own." I just can't seem to see that. I just feel that in the harmonies, they're just so beautifully matched that I can't see
we're
any.
lucky with the voice
there's-
combination.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any feeling that anybody is being stifled or starred, and that's unusual. I'm going to take a moment here for a word from Army Reserve. Actually, I have a question. Did you know that a good second job can make your first job easier to find? It's true. A good part-time job like the ones in the Army Reserve can help you get valuable on-the-job training. You can learn to be a radio operator, a dental specialist, a computer programmer. In fact, you can learn any job that's open at your local Army Reserve unit. Naturally, there's basic training, followed by a few months of job training, but after that, you're home again working for us 16 hours a month. Now, you could be using the rest of your time to nail down a full-time job with the skill you just learned. And think about the money, too. You'll be earning a good, steady, extra income. But that's not all of it, because part of what you earn is pride. I think we have time for one more cut from A Night at the Opera. Here they are, Queen.